Heyo! Fincast86 and the Big Cheese here with another 3 minutes of genealogy wisdom. Today's topic is practical reasons for doing genealogy research. First, a little bit of show and tell. My alma mater for undergraduate was the U.S. Air Force Academy. Being a military school, we wore uniforms, and one of the uniforms items was this hat. And in the hat, instead of a rank, we have a pin. And this pin, I don't know if you can see it in the video there, is gold as opposed to silver. The gold signifies that I was descended from my grandfather, who was in the Army Air Corps. That is to say, the forces of the United States Army that were air forces, and in 1947 separated off to become the United States Air Force. And so that is a practical, I guess, application of my genealogy. I didn't have to do any research. I knew my grandfather, and I knew that he had served during World War II. But that's just a practical example of what genealogy can mean to you. What does genealogy mean to you? I don't know. I'm not you. Look, find your own, because there are all kinds of practical ways that genealogy can have an impact on your life. Sometimes there's legal things having to do with inheritance or land ownership when it's passed down from generation to generation. Family legends is a really big thing, and that's something that my family has a lot of. I'll mention two specifically. One, we were descended from Robert E. Lee. And another, we were descended from John Hancock, the guy who had the big signature on the Declaration of Independence. Neither of which were true. I think I debunked both of those. But you can prove or dispel family legends. And that can be kind of a practical implication of your genealogical hobby. The second one I want to do is heritage organizations. And recently I joined the Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War. And there's my membership badge right there. You can find more about these guys online, just Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War, or SUVCW. And to be a full member of this organization, you have to be directly descended from a member of the Union Army in the Civil War. There's all kinds of organizations like this for the War of 1812, for female daughters of the American Revolution. You have descendants of Civil War veterans from the Confederate side. You have all kinds of different organizations like this. And if you know that you're descended from somebody in one of those groups, then go out and look online for that kind of information. Lastly, I want to touch on the Mormons. Now, I'm not a Mormon. I have some chilled booze waiting for me right here. But the LDS church has all kinds of resources that a genealogy just loves. And let me tell you something. It's great, and I love the Mormons, even though I'm not an adherent to that religion. But they have a tradition called vicarious baptism, or baptism of the dead. Basically, if you find somebody that you're descended from, you can take their name, you can say a prayer, you can do a baptism, and somehow they get into heaven. And that's great. They have that, and I respect that. I don't believe it myself, but if you are a Mormon, then that's another practical application for genealogy. But as a non-Mormon, I have to say that my Manhattan is losing its chill. Cheers.